Nation fans? Welcome back to another exciting show here. It is The Late Show with K.L.P. Welcome on back to the YouTube channel of K.L.P. Entertainment. Now, I know you guys have been wondering, I haven't been doing The Late Show with K.L.P. in a while, but we are back, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Of course, let me tell you what's been going on, okay? And this is no excuse to a lot of people who like my talk shows. I know it's been a crazy, crazy minute. But let me tell you what's been going on, y'all. I gotta let you guys know what K.L.P. Entertainment has been doing, why we haven't been doing the Late Show with K.L.P., and why the certain back to it as a normal thing. Now, again, as you guys, many of you guys know, innovation is my key thing here at K.L.P. Entertainment. Yes, we did get some new equipment shipped in. Of course, we've had the microphone for a while, but you know, we had recently got a new phantom power for it. As you guys can see, the same stage setup, but the chroma key has been a little bit different for some of the elements here that you see. New green screens and all new equipment. New camera, by the way. So we've just been getting a lot of new things. So here for K.L.P. Entertainment, that's why Late Show with K.L.P. hasn't been happening, because I never had the space. Of course, we're actually live. Now we're actually live here at Host Stream Studios. Of course, I know I say in the past we're live from Host Stream Studios, but we had to go to an outside space to film it, and now we actually built some space to really do the show and really do it how we like it. So I know it's been a while. It's been a crazy, crazy ride with this. I know a lot of people have been asking me, what happened to the Late Show with K.L.P.? You know, that was such a good thing. We only had one episode, and then that was just it. Simply because we just haven't had the resources to really pull the show off. Now, again, we're pulling it off, and as you guys know, I'm looking fantastic on screen, and I'm really liking how the setup is, and it just looks really, really well because we have the resources and the space to do it. So I'm so glad to be back, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys who's been staying with me constantly with K.L.P. Entertainment, with the show. And I know a lot of people love the show, and they just like seeing me on camera and interact and really do my thing. And I just haven't been doing it for about a month now because we just haven't had the resources. But now we're back. We have the space and we have the new equipment to really pull the show off. Again, before I dabble onto tech news for today's show, that's the whole purpose of the show. You have to have resources when you do production shows like this. It takes time and a lot of effort. Time that I just really didn't have that much of, being that I do property management, I do a lot of stuff for Grizzly Athletics, and school as well. So that's why I haven't been doing this alongside with the resources, just not having the correct materials to really pull the show off. So I'm really happy to be back and to really do this thing for you guys here, and it just really is mind-blowing. So let's get on with our news announcement. Of course, the things I want to talk about is tech news for sure. I want to give you guys perspective on this. Spotify versus Apple Music. Now, I've been kind of researching this up this week, and a lot of people use Spotify, a lot of people use Apple Music. So I want to perspective of what do you use the most, Spotify or Apple. If you're listening and watching this on Facebook and YouTube, the show here tonight, please comment below. Let me know what material do you use. I like to use Spotify. I do have this thing where Spotify, you can get it at a student rate of $5, and that also includes Hulu. So in my house, I have, if you guys ever come to my house one day, my house is really a technology house. It's not, I don't really have cable. I don't have cable. I'm not going to say not really have cable. I just don't have cable because to me, cable's a ripoff. I prefer to use Hulu and Netflix. That's why I decided to go for the student discount, because it's $5 that I'm paying for Spotify online, and I can listen to wherever I go with my phone. And of course, I get to get Hulu along with that. So it's just kind of a bundle for that $5. It's really worth the value. So that's why I kind of have Spotify for that reason, for Hulu, and to really listen to music while I'm out on the road. I'm out there doing my thing with production. I can listen to music to really do it. That's why I use Spotify. Apple Music has a couple of good things. I think Apple Music is a little bit more higher than Spotify. Again, finding the cheap rate to listen to music is always key to me. You know, Apple Music is okay. They just don't have a bundle. They don't have kind of really why we will pay so much for Apple Music. I think that's just a thing for a lot of people who want to stick up with the Apple theme. Of course, I have Apple equipment, so I can't say I'm hating on Apple. It's just Apple Music is just not really that valid for me. I couldn't use it just because of, oh, it's Apple. I would have to go for Spotify simply because there's so many more music on there and so many things you can do. You can create your own playlist and you can actually share your playlist. As of right now, we've been had it for a while, but K.L.P. X 93.3 is now on Spotify, and we have a whole playlist of music that we can share throughout our fan base. So that's just that little nook and cranny that Spotify can do that Apple is just not really working with right now. I think they're gonna get up to that level one day. It's just they haven't done that yet. So that's why it's just kind of concerning why I don't do Apple Music, simply because of that fact that Spotify can offer you a lot more for that. Again, there's no hate on Apple. Apple is incredible. I love their products. It's just for Apple Music, it's just not feasible. And just comment below, y'all. What do you guys use? Do you use Spotify or Apple Music? I just want to hear your opinions on that. I want to see what you guys could really do. What do you guys really suggest? I suggest Spotify again, but the competition is on. They're doing it right now. Spotify versus Apple. Which one you going with? I gotta know. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about on the Late Show with K.L.P, of course, the 9 things to expect from the Google Pixel 3. Of course, Google Pixel 3 event is next week, and Google is really trying to be out there. Google is a good company for sure. I never really had a Google product except for Google Assistant maybe. So that's why I can't really say too much on this certain topic, but I want to talk about it on today's show. They're coming out with a lot of good things. I heard there will be a new virtual reality system coming out from Google. With that, I'm not really too convinced of their virtual reality simply because the virtual reality for the Google Play hasn't been that exciting. I do have a virtual reality headset in the studio, and as you can see, it was a sponsorship, but I never really use it as much because I just wasn't that interested into the virtual reality in terms of Google. Um, I do want to add on to it's just it hasn't been that great, if that makes sense. I know this is gonna sound silly because I know there's a lot of Google fans out there. It's just Google Play doesn't have really great VRs. I don't think they're ready yet. I don't think they're developing software for that yet. Because honestly, if you look at Oculus and PlayStation VR, they're in the top tier. They're kicking Google's ass when it comes to virtual reality, simply because they're more advanced. Oculus you can get for around $200 right now, the newest one. Maybe 300 actually. You can get the newest one for 300, and they really have some advanced VR that really experience you inside the game. PlayStation VR is really amazing. They don't have enough for PlayStation VR. That's why I haven't got one yet. I do have a PlayStation 4. I just don't have the VR yet because it's just they don't have many games on their title. They don't have any games under their belt for PlayStation VR. So that's why I haven't been that interested into it as of late with PlayStation VR, because it just hasn't been. They don't have a lot of games for it yet. So I think PlayStation is kind of testing the waters to see, trying to figure out and see what's going on with that kind of topic, to see if they're ready to expand and build more on their PlayStation VR. Because a lot of gamers nowadays, they just want to sit down and have a controller in their hand and just play a video game. They don't want to do all that extra stuff and have to buy the extra equipment to just get that in there. So that's why PlayStation VR is kind of lacking in that area. I would love to see Xbox develop a VR system. It's been rumored that they're going to start working on that. I think they should, because now it's time to really get into that, for the whole PlayStation versus Xbox type of ordeal. That's why I really hope Xbox is thinking about doing VR, because a lot of things are going VR right now, and a lot of people are going into that with a mindset of, we want to see some VR stuff. So with Google's headset, it just haven't been there yet. I hope they work on it a little bit more. They're just not ready. Of course, the new Chromebook, they're getting better with the Chromebook. Again, I would never buy a Chromebook. I think it sucks. Honestly, simply because they don't have that many applications for the Chromebook. I don't know. Maybe they may have some new enhancements for Pixel 3's event next week. I don't know. I don't work for Google, so I wouldn't really know too much about what they got going on. It's just I've seen the Chromebook, and I was just like, this is a waste of money. So I hope they make something for the Chromebook where it can be a very competitive to a MacBook. Let's just say that, because I do have a MacBook, and there's just so much more stuff you can do. Comment below if you're listening, watching us here on YouTube and Facebook. Comment below which one would you what are you most excited about the Google Pixel 3 event? Are you excited about the Google Pixel 3 phone to be announced? Or are you excited more about the Google virtual reality or the speakers or even the Chromebook? Let me know. What are you interested for next week for Google Pixel 3 event? So, ladies and gentlemen, more on movie news for today's show, The Late Show with K.L.P. Thank you for staying tuned. If you just now are tuning in for Facebook, welcome. We're back on The Late Show with K.L.P. I know it's been a while since we did this type of show. Of course, more on movie news. The hit movie Venom hits theaters this week. I am trying to figure out ways to go see the movie. I haven't seen it yet, but it's been the most highly anticipated movie. A lot of critics are not giving it the ratings that it deserves, is what I'm reading on articles and blog posts. That, you know, a lot of critics are not giving it what it should be given. So I am trying to figure out why, because it is not only associated with Marvel, they make some really swanky movies. I'm really interested to see how Tom Hardy kind of grows into this role of Venom. I am trying to really find ways to go see the movie, but I will go see the movie, and I can do like a podcast a little bit later on this month to talk about the hit movie Venom. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, please go see the movie. Don't tell me all about it. Don't tweet me about it, because I still want to see the movie myself to really give my own critics. But then that hits the theaters this week, and of course I'll do my own critique with podcast as well as my own movie, of course, The Gentleman's Club, y'all. If you haven't seen it yet, please go see it. We have over 100 views right now on YouTube. It's called The Gentleman's Club by yours truly. Is out there on YouTube right now, so please go click this link, go click this YouTube channel button there and go see the movie, because it is really, really awesome. Over 100 views. Is a huge comedy, of course, and we also entered the Campus Movie Fest this year, so big prayers to us here at K.L.P Entertainment. We're gonna be competing in Campus Movie Fest this year, to see how we can really do it in for YouTube. So please go check that out, because we are trying to boom in that industry, and we're doing it real big, y'all. Yeah, so we're doing it real big. The next topic on The Late Show with K.L.P, of course, we got a little bit of some story and some gossip for you guys here on the Late Show with K.L.P, of course. I have to do it because everyone's talking about it, and I really wanted to talk about this, really. Lindsay Lohan, girl, what the hell you doing? So, of course, everyone's been talking about it this whole week, and I just haven't talked about it yet, and I want to talk about it. So, the 32-year-old actress Lindsay Lohan is back, but it's not for the better, y'all. Okay, so after seamlessly accusing a woman for human trafficking, y'all, her children on Instagram, a woman's children on Instagram, she accused that woman on her Instagram back in September. Of course, Lindsay Lohan followed the family and told one of the kids to give her her hand, causing the woman to hit Lohan in the face. Lohan was trying to kidnap the child and take that child as her own, which is crazy that she's doing this, y'all. I just honestly, this woman needs some serious help. Like, rehab is not enough for her. She needs psychological and doctor help. She needs some help, some mental and physical help. I honestly, and we talked about this in our meetings, I honestly think this is kind of a stunt to kind of get back out there in the world, and I feel like she's just doing this just to say, hey, I'm still trying to be relevant. I'm still here. Notice me. So I think it's really for publicity. I don't think that she's... I honestly think she's doing that. She's probably drunk out of her mind, but I think she said, okay, well, my career is kind of going downhill. Let me do something crazy so someone can talk about me. Like right now, we're talking about it right now. So, you know, we're talking about her right now as we speak on today's show. So, honestly, I just think it's a stunt for us to say, oh, look, there's something else we can talk about. I honestly want her to go and get help. She probably don't know who I am as a person. We you know, I don't want to know the chick, but you know, she was a great star, and now she is Um, she's losing it, man. She's not doing it for, she's not feeling any better, y'all. She's really losing it, and she's getting hit by strangers on her gram, and people are seeing it, and it's just not a good way to go if you're trying to get back out there in the world. You definitely won't get hired, most likely now, simply because of what you're doing now. Like, you're kidnapping children. I don't see that happening for her. I want her to get all the help that she needs, but I just, honestly, I can't rock with it. She's crazy. She's losing her mind. I really can't get with it. I hope she gets help, but Lindsay Lohan, you're losing your mind, baby. Like, you really lost it. You really, really lost it. So I hope she gets some help here. And, that's all I can say on that matter, because she's just losing it, y'all. But that's going to do it for the Late Show with K.L.P. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this comeback episode. Of course, stay tuned for next week. We're going to talk about Star and Empire. Of course, I'm going to talk about shows. I'm going to talk about shows next week, because the new seasons are back. Of course, Empire is kicking off really strong, and Star is kicking off really strong too. So we got those shows. We're going to be talking about that next week on the Late Show with K.L.P. So stay tuned next week as we talk about those two. We're just going to talk about it. Let me know what you think. We're also going to be talking about WWE Super Showdown that happened in, I believe, Australia, Melbourne, Australia. We're going to be talking about that next week as well. So stay tuned for that for next week for Late Show with K.L.P. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's episode. Please, before we sign off, please check out K.L.P. in the Morning. It is the radio show by K.L.P. Entertainment Host Stream Studios. We'll be talking about some random stuff on the morning show. So we'll be posting that almost every Tuesday and Thursday. I say almost because I can't guarantee that we're going to do it every Tuesday and Thursdays, because we got so much other crap going on. So stay tuned for that. Almost every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to be posting K.L.P. in the morning. So we're going to be really doing that real big. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. This has been the Late Show with K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas, logging out.